Hello and welcome to Pause and Perform, where we transform pet problems into perfect pet behavior. Today, we're going to tackle a topic that can be a bit rough around the edges, dealing with excessive barking. Now, we all know that barking is an integral part of a dog's life. It's their way of expressing emotions, alerting us to danger, or simply grabbing our attention. But when your furry friend's barking becomes excessive, it can create a discord in your otherwise harmonious home. It's important to remember, barking isn't the issue. The problem arises when barking becomes more than just a form of communication. So how do we deal with this? How do we ensure that our dogs are heard without letting their barking drive us up the wall? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore today. Stay tuned as we delve into the world of dog communication and discover effective strategies to manage excessive barking. To begin, it's crucial to understand why dogs bark in the first place. Our furry friends bark for a variety of reasons, and each bark can carry a different meaning. Let's delve into some of the most common reasons. Firstly, dogs often bark to alert their owners of something. Whether it's a stranger at the door, a squirrel in the yard, or a car passing by, dogs use their bark to tell us, "Hey, check this out." It's their way of keeping us in the loop about their surroundings. Secondly, dogs may bark out of sheer boredom. Without adequate physical exercise and mental stimulation, dogs can resort to barking simply to release pent-up energy or to entertain themselves. Thirdly, attention-seeking is another common reason for barking. Dogs are social animals and they crave interaction. If they feel ignored, they might bark to get your attention. It's their way of saying, "Hey, I'm here, play with me or pet me." Next, dogs may bark due to anxiety. Separation anxiety in particular can trigger excessive barking. Dogs who are anxious may bark excessively when left alone or separated from their family members. It's a distress signal, an expression of their unease and discomfort. Lastly, dogs often bark in response to other dogs. It's a form of communication among them, much like how we humans engage in conversations. They might be saying, "Hello, fellow canine, I see you." Understanding the root cause of your dog's barking is the first step in managing it effectively. Each bark is a form of communication, and it's our job as responsible dog owners to decipher what our pets are trying to tell us. Once we understand the why behind the bark, we can then work towards finding the right solution. Now that we understand why dogs bark, let's explore how to identify excessive barking. Excessive barking can be a nuisance, but how do we identify it? Well, the key lies in understanding what constitutes excessive barking and differentiating it from normal canine communication. Typically, dogs bark for a variety of reasons: to alert, play, or express frustration. But when this barking becomes frequent, prolonged, or appears to be triggered by minor stimuli, it may be seen as excessive. This is where we need to draw the line between normal and problematic behavior. The frequency of the barking is a good indicator. If your dog barks at every little sound or movement, it may be excessive. The duration is also important. Persistent barking for long periods, especially in the absence of any immediate threat, could signal a problem. And let's not forget the triggers. If your dog's barking is set off by seemingly insignificant triggers, or if they seem to bark for no reason at all, you may be dealing with excessive barking. Armed with the knowledge to identify excessive barking, we can now focus on how to manage it. Managing excessive barking takes patience and consistency, but with the right approach, it's achievable. Let's dive right into some strategies that can help manage your pooch's excessive barking. First up, training commands. Training your dog to understand specific commands can be a game changer. Commands like quiet or enough can be incredibly useful. Remember, it's crucial to reward your dog when they follow through. This could be a simple pat, a favorite toy, or a yummy treat. The key is to associate the command with something positive. Next, let's talk about triggers. Triggers could be anything from a ringing doorbell to a passing squirrel. Identifying these triggers is the first step to managing your dog's barking. Once you've identified the trigger, you can work on desensitizing your dog to it. This might be a slow process, but remember, we're aiming for progress, not perfection. Providing mental and physical stimulation is another crucial strategy. Bored dogs are noisy dogs. Make sure your dog has plenty of opportunities for exercise and mental stimulation. This could be a long walk, a game of fetch, or a puzzle toy filled with treats. A tired dog is a happy, quiet dog. Lastly, if you're feeling overwhelmed or if your dog's barking seems uncontrollable, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Dog trainers and behaviorists can provide personalized strategies and techniques based on your dog's breed, age, and personality. Now, it's important to stress the role of positive reinforcement in all of these strategies. what do we mean by positive reinforcement? Well, it's all about rewarding your dog for good behavior. This encourages them to repeat that behavior in the future. So if your dog stops barking when you say quiet, reward them. If they remain calm when the doorbell rings, reward them. This can be a powerful tool in managing excessive barking. Remember, positive reinforcement is not about bribing your dog, but about creating a positive association with the desired behavior. Also, while it may be tempting to yell or scold your dog when they're barking, this can often exacerbate the problem. Dogs might interpret your yelling as you joining in on the barking, which only encourages them more. So, keep calm, and remember, patience is paramount. Remember, every dog is unique, and what works for one may not work for another. Patience is key. After all, our furry friends aren't trying to annoy us with their barking. They're just trying to communicate in the only way they know how. Our job is to guide them, with love and patience, towards quieter ways of expressing themselves. So, keep these strategies in mind, stay consistent, and you'll be well on your way to managing your dog's excessive barking. As the old saying goes, prevention is better than cure. It's a wisdom that applies not just to our health, but also to the well-being of our four-legged companions. When it comes to dealing with excessive barking, stopping the problem before it starts is the best course of action. So, how can we prevent our dogs from developing a barking habit? The first step is early socialization. By exposing your puppy to a variety of experiences, people, and other animals, you're teaching them that the world is a fascinating, not a frightening place. This helps to reduce anxiety, one of the main triggers for excessive barking. Remember, a well-socialized dog is a quiet, happy dog. Next, regular exercise. Dogs like us have energy to burn. If they don't get enough physical activity, they can become restless and start barking. The amount of exercise needed can vary depending on the breed and age of your dog, but a good rule of thumb is at least 1 hour per day. This can be a combination of walks, playtime, and other activities that get your dog moving. But physical exercise alone isn't enough. Mental stimulation is just as important. Dogs are intelligent creatures. They need challenges and puzzles to keep their minds sharp. Training sessions, interactive toys, and games can provide this mental workout. Plus, a mentally stimulated dog is less likely to bark out of boredom. Lastly, consistency is key. Dogs thrive on routine. Make sure to keep a regular schedule for meals, exercise, and rest. Any disruption can cause stress and potentially lead to excessive barking. With these prevention strategies, you can ensure a harmonious environment for you and your furry friend. Remember, a happy, well-adjusted dog is less likely to develop a barking problem. So start early, exercise regularly, stimulate their minds, and maintain a consistent routine. It's not just about stopping the noise, it's about creating a happier, healthier life for your canine companion. And that wraps up our guide on dealing with excessive barking. In this journey, we've delved into understanding why dogs bark, realizing it's their way of communication. We've learned to identify when barking becomes excessive, when it's no longer a simple hello or an alert, but an incessant call for attention or a sign of distress. We've explored various ways to manage this behavior, from providing adequate exercise to employing positive reinforcement. We've also underscored that prevention is key. By establishing a routine, providing mental stimulation, and ensuring our dogs feel safe and secure, we can prevent this issue from becoming a major concern. Remember, our dogs aren't trying to annoy us, they're simply trying to communicate. Understanding and addressing the root cause of excessive barking can lead to a happier and healthier life for both you and your furry friend. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with other dog owners, and subscribe to Pause and Perform for more pet behavior tips. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.